Hey, what's up, Divine Ones? It's Latoya Okia. Welcome back to another video. If you are new to my channel, I'm a life coach, I'm a minister, and I'm also a business mentor. I train and certify women and men to become life coaches so they can work from home, drop their 9-to-5s, and create an income while making an influence. So if that sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure you click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so you can get your notifications every time I upload a video to the channel, because my channel is all about empowering you to rise up, to be the leader that God has called you to be, activate beast mode, and walk in your divine purpose. Okay, so baby, on today's video, this is what the Lord would have me to get up here and tell y'all today. As I said, you know, my channel is all about motivating you and empowering you, inspiring you to rise up and be the leader that God has called you to be. Also, too, I want to let y'all know that you may hear some background noise. You may hear some screaming and some playing and all that in the background because my kids are on spring break this week and they right here in the house with mama. So we got to go back to how we was in the beginning, with me working right alongside them and them still doing everything that they would normally do, loud and rambunctious in the house. Y'all know how small kids are, so y'all excuse any of the background noise. Okay, so get right on into the message today. Just get right on into what God would have me to speak to y'all today. No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against you in judgment you shall condemn. And I want to let y'all know that there are some people out there that have been plotting against you. The enemy has got into some of these folks and using these people. Now, I don't want you to be upset with these people. Don't be mad at these people. Don't feel some type of way about these folks, because many of them are not even aware of what's going on in the spiritual realm. Many of them are not even aware that they being used by the devil, that they are being used to distract you from your purpose, that they are being used to distract you from your destiny. And the devil is coming with destiny distractions in this season. This is the season right before you are to step into your purpose. The Lord is calling you forth into purpose, and the enemy knows what time it is in the spirit, and his job is to stop you from your destiny. His job is to stop you from purpose, but it's my job to ensure that you get there. Do you understand me? It's my job to make sure that you make it up in that thing. Glory be to God. And I came to tell somebody today that whatever they have plotted against you, whatever they have set up against you, whatever lies they done told on you, the Lord say it will not prosper. Why? Because there is a calling on your life. There is a purpose on your life. And I hear the Lord say that I have called you for such a time as this. The Lord say I have preserved you. I have kept you, baby, from dangers that were seen and unseen. There's some things that were happening in your life that you didn't even know was happening. God said some of this stuff you saw it, and some of it you were not even aware of it. And God said I protected you from the dangers that were seen and unseen. Many of you, ever since you was a little child, God has been watching over you. He's been protecting you. He's been keeping you safe. And God said, you think I kept you all this time for you to get to this season of purpose and drop the ball and miss your mark and not make it to your destiny? The devil is a liar. God said everything that the enemy, everything that Satan is conspiring against y'all, because God's showing me him over there in his lab. He cooking up some stuff on y'all. Oh yes, baby. He plotting up some stuff on you. But God said let him plot all he want to. Come on now. Let him conspire all he want to, baby. All kind of conspiracies gonna come up on y'all. But God said, do not fear. He said, do not fear. He said, do not be dismayed. He said, don't get your feathers all in a ruff. Don't get in no frenzy. Don't get in no uproar. Don't let the devil upset you. Listen, you got to stay woke and you got to stay conscious of what's going on in the spirit realm. And I was telling somebody on a coaching session this morning that a lot of time the devil, he's victorious over us because we don't know who we are. We don't know who we are. See, you don't believe that you that important to God. You don't believe that God got that big of a calling on your life that the devil would fight you like that. But yes, baby, I came to let you know that you are a divine one. Do you not know who you are? You are a divine one. The warfare is going to be great on you. The devil is going to be coming after you. He going to come up with all kind of things to try to stop you, to try to keep you off track from doing what God has called you to do. But I came to tell you, baby, that God said that there's a champion on the inside of you. And that champion is the Spirit of God, baby. And God said that when the enemy comes in like a flood, he said, I will send in my spirit. God said, my spirit will lift up a standard. I see God lifting up a standard on your situation today. God said there's getting ready to be a new standard. Do you understand me? God said, I'm getting ready to rise you up above your enemies. You getting ready to elevate, baby. And there ain't going to be nothing the devil can do to stop it. No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper. Do you understand me? And God said there are some folks that's been talking against you, baby. It's some folks that say they your friends. And God said them folks ain't bit more your friend than a man on the moon. Do you understand me? God said, but this is the season where it's finna get ready to be revealed. This is the season of exposure. God is pulling the cover back on some of these folks that done sat up sharp in y'all life like they your bestie and they your bae and they your boo. But God said this is the season, baby, where you gonna find out who they really is. Because God can't let you walk up in your destiny with a bunch of fake folks attached to you. Telling y'all some real stuff today. No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper. Why? Because you got a calling on your life. Because God has preordained you. He has predestined you. You were set before any of this, baby. You were successful before any of this. Many of you in a storm like you ain't never seen before in your life. Glory be to God. You're going through all kind of problems and trials and tribulations and circumstances. But I hear the Lord say, come on now. God say, trust in me. Come on now. Because he said, I am the God of the storm, baby. God wouldn't have led you to it if he couldn't get you through it. I'm talking to somebody today, baby. God would have never led you to this season of your life had he not been capable enough to get you through this season. God said you was out of this situation before you ever got in it. You was out of this storm before you ever even found yourself in a mess. God said your children were already delivered before you figured out that they had a problem. Your body was already healed before the doctor even told you that there was a sickness. And God said, I have already touched y'all minds today. Come on now. Because God said you got to be transformed, baby, by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper. And God said, I'm talking about a sickness too. I'm talking about sicknesses and diseases too. The Lord say that ain't even gonna work. The devil ain't gonna be able to get you with that, baby. Because God say, I'm sending healing upon y'all today. Woo! I speak healing over each and every one of you. And I hear the Lord say, not just physical healing, but God said, I'm giving you an internal healing. Do you understand me? God said, I don't only want to heal you, baby, but he said, I want to make you whole. I feel the power of God today, baby. God said, I want to do more than just physically heal you. He said, I want you to be made whole from the inside out. God said, I want to heal you 100%. He said, I want to regulate your mind. Come on now. He said, I want to save your soul and I want to heal your body. But you got to submit to him today, baby. Don't worry about these weapons that the devil concocting up over there in his lab and got these folks sending these folks out on different assignments to destroy you and to stop you. God said, ain't none of that stuff gonna work. He said, I say my purpose will stand. Come on now. I heard God in my spirit, baby. Like he said in his word, in the scripture. He said, I am God. Woo. And there's none like me. Come on now. And God ain't afraid to use that I am, baby. And I came to tell you that you are the child of the Most High God. Do you understand me? You are a child of God, so you got to be just like your daddy, and you ought to be using your I ams too. Tell the devil who you are, baby. Don't you believe who the devil says you are. You got to believe who God says you are. Come on now. And God said, and the Bible says in Genesis, baby, it says, and God blessed them. Do you understand me? That means that God done already blessed your life, baby. The blessing of the Lord is on your life. Woo. And the devil know it, baby. And he trying to do everything he can to stop it. But he can't stop something that done already took place. Because God said you were predestined, baby. He said your success was already set. And I hear God speaking to y'all today, just like he spoke to Joshua. The Lord say, if you will meditate on my word day and night, come on now. The Lord say, I will make your way prosperous. Woo. And God say, you shall have good success. Come on now. One thing about it, baby, and two things for sure. Woo. Can't nobody do you like Jesus. Do you understand me? I don't care how good they make you feel. Woo. I don't care how good they appeal to your five senses. Do you understand me? Can't nobody do you like God. And you better surrender to him today, baby. Come on now. And don't worry about none of this stuff that the devil is coming up with. Some of these folks, they causing a ruckus on your job. Stuff going on in your house with your children in a mess, they acting a mess. You like, nah, I know I ain't raised these children to act like this. What's going on up in here, baby? God said you got to understand that you are in a battle for your life. This is spiritual warfare. Stop being ignorant to who you are and wake up to who you are. Yes, you are that important. Yes, you are that powerful, that the devil would fight you like that. Yes, you are. Now, God say, now that you have awakened to your power, now it's time for you to take your rightful place in the kingdom. God showing me y'all just like Simba, baby. Y'all remember on the movie The Lion King? When Simba had to realize who he was, he had to come to himself, and then he began to run back home. That's what God's showing me with y'all right now in the spirit. Oh, I see that. God's showing me y'all running back to the place that the devil done threw you out of. He done kicked you out of what God says is rightfully yours. And God's showing me y'all rising up with a new strength, and you going back to go get your stuff, baby. Oh, but just like Simba, when you get back, that thing ain't gonna be handed to you. Do you understand me? Even though God has called you to greatness, the devil is not just gonna give it to you. Do you understand me, baby? You got to be willing to fight. Oh, I feel God. You got to be willing to fight in the spirit, baby. But you got to understand the real weapon that you got, because the Bible says that our weapons of warfare are not carnal. That means we ain't got physical weapons. We don't fight with all this physical stuff that the enemy is trying to fight us with. We don't fight like that. Why? Because we are eagle. You are eagle, baby. And you ain't got no business fighting that snake on the ground. Don't you try to fight no snake on the ground. You pick him up and take him up in your territory. You pick him up and take him in your lane. Glory be to God. And when you take him up in your territory, he gonna lose that power that he got. You gonna find out that these enemies ain't that powerful like you thought they was. Because no weapon that is formed against you shall prosper, baby. Come on now. I came to encourage the divine ones today. Oh yeah, the devil been forming them. God said, I didn't tell you he wasn't going to form them. He going to come up with all kind of stuff. God said, I didn't promise you he wouldn't do that. He said, I promised you that it wouldn't work. Come on now. So let them come up with what they want to come up with. Let them tell all the lies they want to tell, baby. Let them do what they want to do behind the scenes to try to get you, to try to knock you off from what you're doing. Try to get you off your job. Try to get you out of your marriage. Try to do whatever they can to tear down your life. God said, you keep on walking. And God said, don't look to your left. Don't you look to your right. Do you understand me? He said, you have the power to render this stuff useless. That's what the scripture meant when it said, you shall condemn it. God ain't got to condemn these folk, baby, because God said, I have given you the power to render Satan's attempts useless. That means that you give it the juice. See, when these folk come up talking about this and that, they doing this and that to you, God said you got the decision to make. You got a choice to make. Or you going to give it some juice, or you going to let that stuff dry out. Don't even pay that stuff no attention, baby. You ain't even got no business over there looking at them folks' Instagram and Facebook page and entertaining people that coming to tell you about the devil and what he said about you and what they doing over there and what they got going on. Forget them folks. God said you have the power to render that stuff useless. The only juice it get is the juice you give it. The only power it get is the power you give it. What you putting your attention on. When the devil come bring this stuff to y'all, don't put your attention on that, baby. Immediately you got to shift your focus. Put your attention on your purpose. That's why I preach purpose, baby. Because if I didn't have my purpose, I'd be in a mess. I'd be running at every bone the devil bring me. Every dog he sent over here to bring me a bone, I'll be running behind that bone. Oh, going tit for tat with the devil. But see, I got my purpose. I don't have time for that. That's why I tell you, you got to get in your purpose, baby. And then you're going to realize you ain't got the time you think you got. Look at all the time you done already wasted. Come on now. You must be about your father's business. Y'all heard what I said on the last message, what Jesus told him. He said, didn't you know? I must be about my father's business. And I want to ask the divine ones a question today. Have you been about your father's business? Or you been up in everybody else's business? Have you been doing what God done told you to do? Or you too busy running around doing what everybody else wants you to do? Come on now. Because only what you do for God gonna stand. And only what you do for God gonna last. Don't worry about no weapon that the devil's stirring up against you. He done dug all kind of ditches for you, but God said you will not fall in it. Do you understand me? God has given y'all the eagle eye. God said, you are eagle, baby, and I call you for high places. And God said, I have given you the eagle eye. In other words, God said, I done gave you the ability to see what Satan is doing before you even get up on this stuff. Come on now. You just got to be in tune with the spirit. You got to be walking upright in the ways of God. And God ain't going to let nothing sneak up on his children, baby. God going to show y'all what the devil doing before he even have a chance to do it. He going to think he got the ups on you, baby, and you going to know what he doing the whole time. Because no weapon formed against you going to prosper. Glory be to God. And every tongue that dare to rise up against you in judgment, the Lord say you gonna condemn it. Let me tell y'all something. I hear God say, woe be unto these folks that putting their mouth on you. You a child of God, you serving God, and you walking upright in your purpose. You ain't got to worry about nothing the devil say about you. Let him talk. Do you understand me? Let them folk talk and let them folk go on about their business, because God said a day is coming. Day is coming, and you don't want to get caught up in the crossfire. That's why you got to go on about your business and make sure you doing right. Because God gonna get them, baby. And God say, I'm going to hit them harder than you could have ever hit them. Do you understand me? See, you think you ready to clothesline somebody right now. You ready to go upside somebody's head right now because of what they done did to you, or what they done said, or how they done lied to you or betrayed you. God said, let that mess go. No weapon that's formed against you shall prosper. God say, I am fighting that battle for you. I'm going to hit them harder than you could have ever hit them. Glory be to God. I love y'all so much. I am Latoya O'Keel, your life coach and your motivational speaker. To all of my aspiring life coaches, if you desire to be a coach, as I said, a life coach is a motivational, unbiased friend, a personal support system, an accountability partner, a person that's just going to offer inspiration and motivation and help you set goals and hold you accountable to those goals. Now, many of you've been doing that already. you've been a listening ear already. People, you can't go nowhere without people coming up to you, talking to you, telling you about stuff. Baby, you are a undercover life coach. Do you understand me? And you need to get in your purpose. Now, let me tell you something. I talk about how you can drop your 9 to 5, but you do not need to drop your 9 to 5 if you love it. If you love what you do, or you would just like to hold on to your 9 to 5 until this coaching thing really comes through for you, then you can work your job and your dream until your dream becomes your job. Coaching is an amazing full-time source of income, and it's also an amazing part-time source of income, okay? But I just want you to make a move. I want you to make a step today. If you are the go-to person in your circle, your friends, your family, your coworkers, whoever it is, people coming to you. It ain't got to be a whole bunch of people, but you do seem to attract people or a person to you. I'm telling you, they coming to you because they recognize the gift that's in you. And a lot of times people don't have the mindset and the spiritual sensitivity to tell you that that is a gift. But I'm telling you that that is a gift. If you are able to listen to people, hear people out, and not judge them, and offer support, encouragement, and motivation to them, you a life coach, and that's a gift. That's a gift. So you owe it to yourself, okay? To get into your gift, find out what it can do. Stop sleeping on yourself and find out what it can do. So I want you to take the free life coaching 101 masterclass that I offer, okay? I go over, y'all hear my children. Y'all click the link below and take the free life coaching 101 masterclass. It's absolutely free. I go over the basics of life coaching, and I tell you about the courses that I offer so that you can be trained and certified to become a life coach. Now, if you have already taken the masterclass, or you have already seen what I have to offer as far as the certification, but you just have more questions and you just have some concerns, I want you to come over on Instagram and connect with me on Instagram. Let's interact together on Instagram. Follow me at I am Latoya O'Keel, and then DM me any questions or concerns that you have, okay? I love y'all so much, man, and I thank God for each and every one of y'all. All of my new subscribers, thank y'all so much for making your way over here to the Divine Ones family, baby. You part of the family now. You done fell off in this thing, baby, and I thank God for each and every one of y'all. And y'all keep your notifications on. Stay tuned to the channel, because y'all remember I mentioned to y'all that I'm going to be doing a tour this summer. I'm going to be hitting up some different cities. The only 2 locations that I'm sure about right now is Houston and Atlanta. Okay, I know for a fact that I'm coming to them too. So y'all be making preparations for that this summer. I'm getting ready to drop the dates in just a little bit. Okay, so I love y'all so much, and I'll check in with y'all later.